A very warm welcome to our viewers. Today we are back with the book club, children's book club. We have with us four very bright kids. We have Yash, we have Ahan, we
Hi.
have Krish, and we have Amrit. So Yash, Krish, and Ahan, they have presented. They wanted to do something different. So what they have done is that they said that they will make a PowerPoint presentation to present the the plot of Harry Potter and Goblet of Fire, which is the fourth book in the series. And the children have made this presentation. We have helped them only to spruce it up a bit. So the work that you see here, it's done by Yash, Ahan, and Krish. They have really put in a lot of effort. That is why we were not posting any videos. So today they will present the plot of the Harry Potter and Goblet of Fire. They will then we will discuss about it, and we will. This is basically a step up for this book club. So I am very happy, and two new children have joined us. So that's also great. So we want more and more people to take up reading. So yeah. So guys, you can. This is all yours. The podium is yours. Please start. How can you let us know that what is it that you're going to do with this presentation?
Yeah, so I'm going to take up the first part. Krish is going to take up the second part, and Ahan is going to tell the ending, which is
Great.
the third one.
So yeah, please start.
Okay. So the story basically begins when a man named Frank Bryce is suspected 50 years ago of a crime that he is this thing of killing the Riddle family, and he is suspected. After that, he is declared innocent. So when he's declared, after 50 years, he sees a light in the Riddle's house, and then he goes to investigate it. And then he sees Voldemort, I mean, and Voldemort kills him right at the spot. And then Harry Potter wakes up with a troubling scar in his troubling pain in his scar, and writes to Sirius about the scar. And then Weasleys come to pick up Harry by using the flu powder. The flu powder is a powder which you put in the fireplace and you transport. And
Okay.
then the Weasley twins accidentally leave a trick trophy on the ground, which Dudley eats, obviously, causing his stunt to ingo itself. And then the main thing is they go to the Quidditch World Cup. Harry arrives at the Burrow, and then they go to the Quidditch World Cup. The Quidditch World Cup is, they go by a porky. A porky is a trash or this thing that you can travel by. So they use the porky to go to the Quidditch World Cup. They set a camp in the Quidditch World Cup, and then they see the Quidditch World Cup. The Quidditch World Cup was won by Ireland. Bulgaria caught the snitch. The speaker Victor Krum caught the snitch. And then after the one night after the match, the Death Eaters come and terrorize terrorize the World Cup, this thing around, and then they torture four muggles. Harry, Ron, and Hermione escape by fleeing into the woods, where Harry discovers that his wand is missing. Moments later, someone fires the dark mark.
What is a dark mark?
A dark mark is a sign that Voldemort is using, like, coming back.
Okay, so it's an indication that Voldemort is going to come back. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Actually, it's
Yeah,
an
continue.
indication that Voldemort wants to kill someone.
Yeah.
Okay, it's an indication that Voldemort wants to kill someone. Very good.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So next, the Weasleys and Hermione take this taxi to the train station. Upon the arrival, they go to the Hogwarts school, and then upon the arrival, the sorting hat ceremony happens. And in the middle of the dinner of the Hogwarts Great Hall, Dumbledore announces that they are going to hold the Triwizard Tournament. The Triwizard tournament is held every 5 years, and there and it is only people above 17 can participate, and 3 schools participate in it. Durmstrang, Beatrix, what was that? Yeah, something like that. And they compete to win the cup and the prize. Harry is disappointed and moves on to his classes. Mad-Eye Moody is the teacher, as I missed before. Mad-Eye Moody is the new teacher, the new dark arts teacher, as Remus Lupin was fired because he was a werewolf. That is in the last book. And then Mad-Eye Moody is a competent teacher. He attacks Malfoy into a ferret for trying to attack Harry while his back is turned. First class was about dark arts, where Mad-Eye Moody teaches them about 3 curses, unforgivable curses. That is Imperio, Crucio, and Avada Kedavra. Imperio is you control the person. Crucio is you torture the person, and Avada Kedavra is the killing curse. You kill the person. It was used on Harry's parents and Harry himself. Harry had dodged it.
Okay.
And then, as defense against the dark arts progresses, Harry learns to successfully ward off the Imperious curse. In the late October, the delegates from the Beatrix, Battens, and the Durmstrangs arrive. Ron is thrilled to see Victor Crumb, as he was a fan of Victor Crumb, a famous Quidditch World Cup. I mean, a Quidditch player who has come with Durmstrang. The results for who can compete in the tournament is announced. The people who are selected were Cedric Diggory, Victor Crumb, and Fleur were selected. Wait, there's one more. Harry Potter.
Okay.
And then Krish takes over.
Okay, I have a few questions here. Why you all, any of you can answer this question. That
Okay.
My first question is, why are the curses called the unforgivable curse?
Because the curses are like really powerful and
Yeah, they are
can do,
very
like,
powerful.
really
Not
bad
like
harm to
experiments
a lot
and
of
do this
Yeah,
thing.
it's like that, but there's one more reason about it. That's
Okay.
because those curses are totally unforgivable. If you do one, you will have to spend. You can get a lifetime. Like you can spend your whole life in Azkaban, which is a torture. It's like a jail. There is more.
So-
It has a lot of torture.
Yeah, and Avada Kedavra is basically the killing curse. This is unforgivable. You can't resurrect the dead.
So you don't have to use these curses lightly, correct? You have to use
Yeah,
it.
you have to use it in a serious way. It's not something to.
You have to put a lot of power in
Yeah.
it, and like
No, you have to really mean it. If you don't mean it, you can't.
yeah.
Like you have to actually have one to kill the person. It's not like
So-
you
And like the only
Save your
people
life.
who really use it is like the Death Eaters.
yeah. mainly.
Okay, so it is unforgivable for whom? The person who uses it, or the person against whom it is used?
Obviously, the person against whom it's used. Why will a person give an unforgivable
No,
curse?
actually, if you ask me, Avada Kedavra is for both people. The
Okay.
person dies and can never be brought back to life. But if you use Crucio or Imperio, they start to fight it. For Crucio, it's only a matter of 10 seconds, at least 10 seconds. But for Imperio, that is, for some time they control you, but then you start to break out of it. So I think
Yeah.
that what's unforgivable would be for the person who uses it, because in all 3 cases he has to go to Azkaban, but only in one case the person who receives it is getting actually threatened or actually very serious offense.
Okay. That was a very stimulating discussion. My second question is, why is Mad-Eye Moody called Mad-Eye?
Because
Because
he
he-
has a magical eye. He
Okay.
can see through things. He can see through. If you take a ball, he can see through it. He can
Yeah,
see
and he can even spot. He had spotted Harry as well before under a invisible cloak, which is not something a normal person can do.
So is there any history behind this Mad-Eye? How he acquired this Mad-Eye? Have you guys
Not
read
yet.
anything about this red Mad-Eye?
nothing given in the book.
I might have read it, but I have forgotten why. That is.
Okay.
No, I don't think
Okay.
there's anything about Mad Eye movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So these were some of the questions that came to my mind. So we will go ahead and Krish, please start your part. Part 2 is for Krish. So
Okay.
please, yeah.
So let's start the part 2. I'll just start sharing. Harry to compete in the Triwizard tournament. Krish, you can start.
Yeah, you can start, Krish.
Is it frozen?
No, no. I think Krish is trying to see the screen, look at the screen. Krish?
No, but it's frozen for me. This video has gone black.
Okay, 1 second.
So, yes, yes.
Yeah, Krish, you can please go ahead.
Okay, so we'll go to the part 2 now. Yeah.
Hold on, I can't see the screen.
You can't see it?
It's frozen.
Is it frozen for everyone or only you?
I can see it.
Yeah, Krish, please go ahead.
Mass chaos ensues since Harry is too young, but because of the goblet's decision is final, it is generally decided that Harry is obligated to complete. Gryffindor House is triumphant, but Ron is sullen and envious, and he doesn't speak to Harry for quite some time. School resumes, and Harry is frustrated that a few people believe that he didn't place his own name in the Goblet of Fire. The first task approaches, and Harry is fretful. During the weighing of the wands, a reporter named Rita Skeeter accosts Harry and interviews him for what she says is a story about the tournament, but instead publishes a sappy, exaggerated article about Harry's tragic past. Meanwhile, Hermione finds a society that advocates freeing house elves who are slaves. She asks Harry and Ron to wear badges.
Okay.
Just 1 minute. I've changed it. Just wait for 1 second. Luca. Have you got it?
Yeah. So a few nights before the task, Hagrid invites Harry for a late night walk, which ultimately turns into a glimpse of the first task, dragons. Harry hurries home, and in the Gryffindor common room fireplace, Sirius's head appears, warning Harry that Karkaroff, the head of the Durmstrang, was a Death Eater and possibly still is dangerous, and that Moody was the Ministry's best dark wizard catcher ever, and is probably at Hogwarts for a reason. The next day, Harry warns Cedric about the first task. Moody overhears, commends Harry's decency, and hints that Harry should use his broomstick to get past the dragon. Harry and Hermione spend hours practicing summoning charms, and the day of the first task, Harry summons his broomstick and flies past the dragon, capturing the golden egg and receiving high marks. Everyone in Gryffindor is ecstatic, and Ron and Harry are reunited.
Okay, you can go a bit slow, Krish, and you can change the slide. Ahan.
Yeah, I've changed it. Krish.
Well,
Yeah, I've changed it.
okay. The Yule Ball. Soon afterward, Hermione drags Harry and Ron down to the kitchen where they encounter Dobby, who is thrilled at his freedom, and Winky, Mr. Crouch's ex-house elf, who is miserable at hers. In class, Professor McGonagall announces that the Yule Ball is approaching and that the champions must find partners. This is an unexpected and difficult task. Harry gathers his courage to ask Cho, but finds out that she is already going with Cedric. Hermione has a date, but won't say who it is, and she is annoyed when Ron asks her as his last resort date. Finally, Harry and Ron procure the pretty but annoying Patil twins as their partners for the Yule Ball. On Christmas, the night of the ball, Ron wears his awful dress robes and spends the entire night staring at Hermione, who is there as Victor Crumb's date. Okay. Harry spends the whole night feeling miserable about Cho and Cedric, so Harry and Ron lead the ball for a stroll, during which they overhear Hagrid telling Madame Maxime, the giant head of Beauxbatons, that he is half giant. After the ball that night, Cedric hints for Harry to take a bath with the golden egg, but Harry is wary of this advice. Harry returns to Gryffindor Tower to find that Hermione and Ron are having a huge fight about why she went to the ball with Crumb instead of him.
Yeah.
So what I am doing is I am taking down some questions. Okay, I will be asking you guys after this session is over. Part 2 is
After the session
over.
is over.
Yeah, after the session of Krish is over, then I have a couple of questions that like came to my mind while I was
Okay.
listening to Krish. So I will pose that questions to you. So wait for those questions. Yeah, Krish, please continue.
Okay. The next day, Hagrid is not teaching class. Rita Skeeter has written an article saying that his ancestors, who are giants, give him a violent and dangerous nature. He is embarrassed and refuses to emerge from his cabin. During a trip to Hogsmeade, little Bagman offers to help Harry with the tournament and mentions him that Mr. Crouch has stopped coming to work. Hermione insults Rita for writing such horrible articles. Harry, Ron, and Hermione return to Hogwarts, visit Hagrid, and persuade him to return. Hagrid is grateful for their loyalty, and he begs Harry to win the tournament. That night, Harry takes the egg into the bathtub. It sings that he will have an hour to reclaim something valuable that has been taken into the lake. On his way back to his dorm from the bathroom, Harry, wearing his invisibility cloak, checks his Mordor map. He checks his Mordor's map and spies Mr. Crouch in Snape's office. In surprise, he drops the golden egg, which makes a loud screeching noise. Filch and Snape appear instantly. Moody also appears, shoos away the other men, and returns Harry's egg to him. Moody asks to borrow the Mordor's map, which shows every part of Hogwarts grounds and castle, and where every person is within it.
Okay, next slide.
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah. So this is the second task, Krish. You can do it.
Yeah, so Harry completes his first task and he's going to the second task. Yeah, Krish, what was the second task?
That night before the second task, Harry has still not figured out how to breathe underwater. He falls asleep in the library and is awakened in the morning by Dobby, who gives him a ball of gillyweed and sends him off to the lake where the task is starting. The gillyweed gives Harry gills, so he swims easily through the lake, finding Hermione, Ron, Cho, and Fleur's sister asleep and tied together in a merpeople village. Harry waits to make sure all the champions rescue their hostages before returning to the surface. Fleur never comes, so he returns with her sister and with Ron, coming up last but gaining high marks for his moral fiber in his completion of the task.
Okay, great. So that's the end of part 2, and I have some questions before we start with part 3.
Oh.
Yeah, my first question is, why is Winky upset? She got her freedom, correct? So why is she upset?
Okay.
House elves are normally
because
slaves.
she was given clothes from a master, and when an elf is given clothes, it means that they're fire and they have freedom, which
Okay.
most of them don't want.
Yeah.
Only one Dobby liked it because he had very awful masters. So Winky is also very sad that her master has left him, and she doesn't want freedom. So she wants to go back to her master, and that's why she is so sad.
So yeah, so don't you feel that it is a bit of a contradiction? She was a slave, and once she is given her freedom, she is sad.
No, she was not treated as a slave. She was close to the family. It was not like they used to this thing like Dobby is happy because he used to get tortured by this thing Malfoy.
Yeah, by the Malfoys. There's one more thing.
Okay.
That
Okay.
is their work. Elves have no other work. Their only work is to work for their masters.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she was like treated as a family member. So actually, she lost a family, and that is why she
Yeah,
was
kind of
sad.
like that. But elves don't
And
expect to
elf,
be paid. They don't get
yeah,
paid or
and then
anything.
after so she had no work to do after that, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Great.
she went to Hogwarts and started working with Dobby there.
Okay, so I have another question. Why was this Triwizard tournament so important? What was the importance of Triwizard tournament? Why was everyone
Yeah,
talking about it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Many people here would have said that it was winning. That's what many people thought in Harry Potter.
Okay.
What?
But the main reason was to unite the schools together, to get them together for friendship and all the aspects like that.
Yeah. Not only the competition, but yeah, united.
Okay.
Many
So it
people would
was
want to compete in that just to get 1,000 galleons, which was the prize money.
okay.
Yeah.
So it basically fostered the spirit of friendship, and people basically
Yeah.
rallied around each other, and they encouraged and motivated each other. Great, great answer by the kids. I have a third question. So how come this
Yeah.
Harry's name it came out of this goblet of fire? What?
No, that we will reveal in the end.
Yeah, right now if we tell it, it may be a spoiler in the story to all the
Okay,
audience
so
watching.
there is a
Yeah,
story
people just
behind
leave
it.
that in
Great.
the end.
So we will
Yeah.
proceed to part 3, and then I will come back with this question again for you guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Ahan, you can start.
Ahan,
Yeah,
please.
I'll just switch this slide just a minute. Yeah, so this is about Rita, Poison Quill, and Mr. Crouch's son. So some days later, Rita Skeeter also publishes a different article claiming that Hermione toys with the hearts of both Harry and Crumb. And then the three kids read the article in potion class. After class, Karkaroff also tells Snape about something on his arm that is returned. Harry overhears that conversation. And then the next day, Harry, Ron, and Hermione went to Hogsmeade, and over there, they met Sirius Black. He was Harry's godfather, and he was disguised as a dog because he was wanted.
Yeah, he was this thing
Yeah.
prisoner of Azkaban for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason, even though he didn't do anything.
Yeah, that is in the last.
He was innocent. Yeah. So
Yeah.
then back at he also informed that Mr. Crouch's son was convicted as a Death Eater, and he finds it peculiar that Mr. Crouch has not been coming to work, as well as that he never showed up to that seat saved by the house elf Winky at the World Cup. So back at Hogwarts, Harry, Ron, and Hermione go to the kitchen to give a gift to Dobby, which is socks, and he's delighted. But Winky is still sad and currently drunk by drinking her one drink, which is made at Hogwarts, and she's also guarding a great secret of her masters.
Yeah.
Around this time, Hermione getting hate mail for supposedly breaking Harry Potter's heart. Then this is the introduction to the third task where they have to go through a maze.
Yeah.
The four champions are taken to see the ground for the maze, the third task. On the way back, Crumb pulls Harry into a forest to ask if he is interested in Hermione. When Harry answers no, a disheveled Mr. Crouch appears from the forest, and he was speaking to trees, and he wanted to see Dumbledore. Harry runs to get Dumbledore while Crumb waits with Mr. Crouch. When Harry returns, Mr. Crouch is disappeared and Crumb is stunned. And much to
Experiments.
and much yeah, that was it. Then Dumbledore's memory, the pencil. Sirius sends Harry also a letter warning him to be careful and to practice different hexes for the third task. Harry also tries to follow the both instructions. But in divination class, Harry falls asleep and he dreams about Voldemort, and he wakes up screaming and clutching his scarf. Harry leaves class and goes to tell Dumbledore what happened. As he waits for Dumbledore, he sees a bowl which has a kind of liquid in it, and he peers inside it, and he jumps into Dumbledore's memory, and he also sees that
Yeah.
Ludo Bagman being accused of being a Death Eater, and Mr. Crouch's son going to Azkaban, and also Karkaroff, who named many different Death Eaters who was still serving the Dark Lord.
Yeah.
And then when Dumbledore returns, he pulls Harry out of the memory world and listens to his story and says that he suspects that Voldemort is growing stronger.
Yeah.
And then this is the third task. Since Harry got to choose from class, he then gets ready for the last task. He also starts practicing very difficult hexes with Hermione, different spells, curses, and hexes. He also learns a very very special spell. It is the four-pointer spell, which tells him a direction which he's going in. He also gets a particular direction where he has to go during the task. So then he meets many dangerous creatures in the maze.
Yeah.
He fights them all, but in the end, it was he and Cedric who held the cup together, since they helped each other a lot in the whole tournament. But then they transported to a different place. So then they realized that the cup was a portkey.
Portkey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a portkey.
I
A portkey is an object that can transport you to another place.
Yeah.
And that's when they saw a horrible sight. Voldemort holding an ugly Wormtail holding an ugly form of Voldemort. And then some short words filled the cold air. Kill the spare. Cedric's death and return of Voldemort. In an instant, Cedric was propelled backwards and instantly killed, and Harry had to witness Voldemort getting his body back and challenging Harry to a duel before he would also die like Cedric. When the spells hit the middle, a wall surrounded them, and the figures of people who Voldemort had killed came out of Voldemort's wand. It was like a ghost form, a solid ghost form, but it couldn't be the people, because you can never come alive after death, even in the magic world. And out of that wand, many people came. Barty Crouch came, and many other people came. So did Harry's mother and father, who told him to quickly leave the connection and run, and they would hold on for him. Harry did as they asked. He left it. He ran towards the Triwizard Cup, held Cedric's body, and touched the cup, and he was transported back. In the meanwhile, back at the grave where Harry had been transported to with Cedric, all of the Death Eaters were trying to stun Harry but had failed. So then, after that, Mad-Eye Moody took him inside the castle and admitted that he was a Death Eater and he would kill Harry. Harry didn't believe this because Alistair Moody was an Auror who had captured many Death Eaters.
Yeah. This was
Right
the
when-
imposter.
Yeah, right when Moody was about to kill Harry, Voldemort, accompanied by Professor McGonagall and Professor Snape, burst into the door and stunned him. They realized that he was an imposter Moody and the real one was in his large trunk. Then, after being given Veritaserum serum, which is a very strong truth potion, the imposter Mad-Eye Moody that he was actually Barty Crouch Jr., Barty Crouch's son, who was related to the Ministry of Magic.
Yeah.
He also revealed that he had gone to Azkaban, but then he had been removed from there because his mother and father had come to visit him, and his mother was about to die, so they polyjuiced into each other.
Yeah.
And they went out disguised.
Yeah.
No one noticed. And then his mother died in Azkaban itself, and it was said that he had died. Barty Crouch had died. But then he was kept away from everyone, and he had been taken to the World Cup as a treat for being stuck in the house for such a long time. He took Harry's wand, and then he had cast a dark mark.
Yeah.
After that, Cornelius Fudge, the Minister for Magic, came in with the Death Eater for his own protection, but the Death Eater, no, not the Death Eater, I'm sorry, Dementor, he came in and he sucked out Barty Crouch's Junior's
So-
soul, and he was dead.
He
Cedric is dead.
he
What?
kissed. He gave the Dementor kiss. Like
Yeah, that magical kiss, which means it will suck your soul out and you die.
yeah.
Cedric's death was also very tragic, but all the same, people didn't believe about Voldemort returning. On the way home, Hermione told Harry and Ron how Rita Skeeter was hearing private conversations when she wasn't supposed to enter the Hogwarts grounds. She was actually an unregistered animagus who could transform into a water beetle. Hermione had also related about how when Hagrid and Madam and what is the name of the headmistress?
Even I don't remember. Exactly.
Madam who tried? No, not Madam.
Yeah, something that Madam, she was a water beetle who was spying on the conversation. When Hermione came out of the river with Crumb and Crumb asked Hermione to go to his house, Rita Skeeter was in Hermione's hair as a water beetle. So she
Yeah.
was hearing all these private conversations.
Yeah.
But Harry reached home. He had learned that whenever he had to go back to Privet Drive, time would not go any slower.
Yeah.
With that, Harry reached his home. There was a spelling mistake, I'm sorry. And he said bye to his friends and headed to his home, Privet Drive.
Yeah. By the way, like some people are wondering how did Harry get selected? Mad-Eye Moody, which is Barty Crouch Jr., had put his name as in other school. He created another school and put his name in that school. And since there was only one school, there he got selected.
So he cheated the system, is it?
Yeah, he cheated the system.
Okay, so the
Like one person gets allowed.
He
Yeah.
beated about 2 rules, more than that, because first, only above 17 were allowed to enter. Only children above
Yeah.
17, while Harry
Do
was
you
only
do you
about
have any more presentation? This is the end of the story, correct? So
Yeah, this is the
because
end of the story.
Yeah, there's this last slide.
And some
this is the last slide.
it was not
Okay.
wait, one more thing was not mentioned that Harry
Okay.
got 500 galleons, which he
1,000
later
galleons, but he gave
Yeah.
it to Fred and George, Ron's brothers, since they wanted to start a joke.
Okay.
wait, didn't
So what
wait.
we will, one second, one second. We will stop sharing the screen and I will be asking some questions, okay? Because I have
Okay.
some, I will pick your brains. You guys have read the book, you guys have seen the movies. So I will ask you some questions. Ahan, can you please stop sharing the screen so that we are all yeah,
I've stopped
Great.
it.
Wait, I have a question.
yeah, you have a question. Okay, go ahead. Ask the
Since
question.
wait, since Cedric and Harry got picked at the same time, didn't Cedric's parents get the half of the money or Harry got the full money?
No, actually, Harry, right? He
Yeah.
offered it to Cedric's mother and dad because he said that he claimed that Cedric reached there first, but Cedric said that he would also touch it at the same time as Harry. But Cedric's mother and father, although they were very, very sad at Cedric's death, they refused the money.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
like
So
that.
they only said that we don't want this money, you keep it.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell me, answer my questions. Okay, give me answers to some of the questions. So
Okay.
this, one second, I will just pause the. I have some questions. So you can give your perspective on that. Why do you think that in this Goblet of Fire, two tournaments or two big events were covered? One was your Triwizard tournament and the other one was your Glitch. Yeah.
Can I answer this?
The other
Yeah.
one was, can you just please repeat?
The Triwizard Tournament and the Quidditch World Cup.
Yeah, Quidditch.
Quidditch
Both were
World Cup.
mentioned.
Actually,
Wait,
you
can I?
should be mentioning one more about why there are 3 big events. Yule Ball was also there.
Yeah, Yule
Yeah,
Ball was
Yule
also.
Ball was
Yule
not
was like
that
a
I
was like a
it was
socials,
like
correct?
an event. Yeah, it was like a socials to show that this thing. So yeah, I have the answer to that. I think each event has its significance. The first one was to show that the teachers are still loyal to Voldemort.
Okay.
They and that in that event they also showed the dark magic that Voldemort is going to kill somebody.
Okay.
And in the Triwizard Tournament is the last scene. It covers the whole story. That is actually basically the main event.
Okay.
almost every.
Okay.
Thing
So it was to basically
right?
move the story. Good. So any other answers?
Can I add to this?
Yeah,
Can I add
please,
to this?
please. I would like to understand from all of you. I would like to help. I would like to hear the diverse
There's
perspectives.
one
Yeah.
more thing, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, there's no particular reason. I don't know. I can't ask J.K. Rowling why she did it, but there's one thing: the Quidditch World Cup. It was a final, and it was being held in Britain, right?
Yeah, in not I don't know where it was held, but I know that
Yeah, it was
Ireland won
held
it.
somewhere, but after a long time.
Yeah.
So it was a once in a lifetime opportunity for Harry to see a live Quidditch World Cup, and it was the final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think it was just a coincidence because after that Quidditch World Cup, that decided that that year was a good time for the goblet of for the tribal tournament because they had taken extra safety procedures and they made sure that this time there were no deaths. It had stopped. It had stopped a long time ago because of rising death toll.
Okay.
Okay. Any
Okay.
other?
Can we
that
proceed to the
stopped,
next
and now
question?
it had happened again, and the Yule Ball also had not happened in many years. And the Yule Ball was a tradition of the tribal tournament. So
Yeah.
it was along with the tribal tournament.
Yeah. So
Okay.
can we move on to the next question?
Yeah, wait. Krish,
Krish,
can you give your
do you
perspective?
want Krish? Can you unmute yourself first? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think that there were two tournaments in 1 year?
Now,
In the book, in the same book, the Triwizard and the, so they have given their reason. Do you have any theory of yourself why there were two majors tournament in one book?
I think the Quidditch World Cup was like just like a warning that like Voldemort's back, but like the second one was like an even bigger warning by showing like someone like died, like Voldemort killed someone.
Actually, there's one thing. It's not related to these questions, but there's one thing that's important in the story, and we forgot to add it.
Yeah, tell me.
What?
Tell us.
How did Voldemort get all this information about Quidditch World Cup, Triwizard Tournament, and all these things? How did he get this?
Barty Crouch was feeding him the information, right?
Yeah, Barty Crouch,
Actually,
or like the
Barty
Death
didn't feed him
Eaters.
the information. Barty Crouch didn't.
Junior. Sorry.
But at first, Bertha Jorkins, she came into the Crouch's house, and then she found out that Barty Crouch Jr. was in the house when he should be in Azkaban, dead. Then she was found out by Voldemort, and Voldemort did something to her memory, permanently damaged it, and she revealed everything to him. And that's how he got all the information about Barty Crouch Jr. and went to save him because Barty Crouch Jr. was loyal to him. So that was the main thing.
Okay.
Okay.
So not Barty Crouch Jr. had not given the information to Voldemort. Winky had given the information, right?
I didn't
Winky,
understand how.
Winky was
Bertha
Who
the,
had given the information to Voldemort?
Bertha Jorkins gave it, not Winky.
Who?
Bertha Jorkins.
Bertha Jorkins.
okay.
She
So
was working in the Ministry of Magic and she disappeared and she was found by Voldemort and then she was killed by him. She also appeared when Harry's mother and father appeared, right? When Voldemort showed the people he killed. So she
Oh yeah. His father and mother appeared. We missed that also.
yeah, even Bertha Jorkins appeared. So that's it.
okay, great job, Ahan. I have another question. Why do you think it was necessary for Cedric to die in the end? Why
It was
did-
not necessary. He was the spare one, right? We
he
have
was not
mentioned
this?
that.
No, I am asking about the story. Why
Wait,
was it?
so
Why do you
It was
think?
not. It was not this thing for Cedric to come. Like Voldemort didn't expect him to come, so he didn't really care about Cedric. He just wanted to kill Harry Potter.
I am talking about a different thing. First, understand the question. What I am saying is, you have read the book, okay? So someone has
Yeah.
written the book. So why do you think that person is J.K. Rowling? She basically decided that Cedric should die in the story. That is my
I
question.
think it's because she wanted to give an emotional touch to this thing as well.
Emotional
story.
touch?
I think I know. I think I know. Yeah.
Yeah, please.
I think maybe she did that. So Harry maybe had at least like this much of proof, 1% of proof that Voldemort had arrived. He could show that Cedric Diggory had died. That means Voldemort has a comeback, and Voldemort had killed him. Even though no one agreed, yeah, that is one thing. But it can also be shown as a proof, right? It's not like Harry would kill Cedric on his own, or Cedric died because of a blunder on his own. Even Dumbledore mentioned that. But it was
Yeah.
because Cedric was murdered by Voldemort.
Yeah,
maybe
so
we
so
put
it's
that as a little tragic story, like Yash said, emotional touch, but maybe also to give Harry like 1% of proof, even though no one believed it.
So
Yeah.
basically, she did it for people to understand the story that Voldemort is actually coming. It's not a joke.
Okay. What about
Okay,
you,
what you on? What you on?
Krish and
Shows that
Amrit?
Voldemort
Do
is
you
actually
have
come back.
any? Yeah, very good point made by Ahan, and a touch of like this one by Yash. So, Krish, do you have any perspective on that? Amrit, do you have any perspective on that? Before we end, this is the last question. I don't have any other question.
No, not really.
Not really.
Yeah, there's one thing.
So, what? Yeah.
J.K. Rowling may have done it because earlier, if you remember in the story, there was a dark mark which was cast. That means someone's death was coming up. So maybe he meant that death was Harry Potter's, but instead Cedric Diggory got the death.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, Ahan's I'm really impressed by Ahan's grasp of the story. The way he has, I too agree to that. So I asked these questions
Yeah, even me.
to basically see that how much of the story you guys understand. So like this was the best recording that we have done so far. So we will take the
I
next
agree.
book.
I agree.
Yeah, we will take the next book. We will do it in a very different way. So Amrit, would you like to say
Order of
something?
the Phoenix.
Or yeah, okay, no problem. So like guys, if you want to join us, you can join us in two ways. You can discuss about the book, or you can basically observe the entire discussion. This is live. Okay, so
Okay.
thanks a lot for joining all the children. Or you were simply great, Krish and Ahan. Yes, you did a wonderful job. And Amrit, we hope that you have picked something up from here and you will get into the habit of reading. So all can get you can all bid our viewers goodbye, and we will end here. Bye, and see you next
Bye.
time.
Goodbye.
Bye. Okay, great, guys.